I like platformers a lot, and some time ago I played the Bionic Bay demo, and I thought about that game ever since. There's something about the game that hits the hard sci-fi and introduces a bunch of platforming and puzzle solving that really gets me going. Bionic Bay is a puzzle platformer from Psychoflow Studio and Kepler Interactive. The game was released in mid-April for the PlayStation 5 and PC, and it retails for $20. Bionic Bay starts off with loads of scientists analyzing some mysterious egg and getting teleported to an alien place. We don't know what to do or have any objective, but getting out seems to be the priority. This world that the player navigates is truly a mysterious place. The only true indication of where we are is in the backdrops. The backdrops make sure to tell the player at every turn that this place was used for manufacturing something large and deadly, leaning heavily on the sci-fi side of things. The player has been transported to an alien industrial complex that encompasses other environments. Players will move through sections dedicated to making weapons, an incinerator where molten debris is flying everywhere, and a dark, grime-filled sewer area where machinery is discarded. Bionic Bay throws all of its chips into exploration, platforming, and puzzles, which it excels greatly at. Bionic Bay tells the player very few things, but it never tells them how to play the game. Bionic Bay prides itself on allowing the player to explore and travel their own path. Sections usually have the player traveling to the right or to the left, but getting to the end of each section requires a lot of platform. The platforming is grueling, forcing the player to judge incredible distances in the tiniest of platforms that stand between the player and certain death. Death never really feels bad because the save points are quite forgiving, allowing the player to die and be only few steps from where they died. With that freedom comes a lot of experimenting with the puzzles in Bionic Bay. Puzzles are witty, and they make you feel good when completing them. The planet section where the player has to maneuver an object around lasers while platforming in the correct sequence is top tier feeling. The freedom when encountering the ice laser section that incorporates a magnet, and the ice has to properly platform upwards while slowing time is an absolute chef's kiss section. What makes all of this possible is the physics and the elasticity that the protagonist has, which allows him to survive longer falls and bounce around the map like an absolute ragdoll is fantastic. Finally, Bionic Bay gives the players a few abilities to play around with, like the ability to change places with objects, slow time, and a super punch that tie the gameplay together perfectly. You know, this art design gets me all giddy. I really enjoy it. Fans of Limbo and Inside will be at home here with the side-scrolling and the insane sense of scale. Bionic Bay is dark, and the use of light and shadow creates such beautiful moments. The sheer sense of scale just adds to the already beautiful nature of the game. An enormous hand or even a large rotting unfinished robot hang in the background, perfectly captured as you platform past them, amplifies the sci-fi aesthetic. Again, I can't help but stress that Bionic Bay perfectly captures the dark sci-fi feel, and the audio design does not disappoint even for a moment. This world is lifeless, and the only sounds are the screeches of metal and the buzz of saw blades, the manufacturing the machines displayed in the backdrops. Jumping and landing on hollow pipes, twang that reverberates, and hearing the factory at work brings the world together so well. Bionic Bay, I think, is one of my favorite platformers ever. The 7 hours it took to roll credits were by far the most fun that I've had in a long time. I was trying to show everyone just how fun it could be. I held my breath when making an almost impossible jump and sighed with relief when I made it, or laughed at how incredibly short I was. Bionic Bay is never frustrating, it is always fun. Bionic Bay is nothing short of a phenomenal game, already on my list of top 10 this year. It is an absolute must play, and I hope that you play it. Thanks for watching.